Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I want to ask the question in Ephesians 5:33. What does it mean for a wife to reverence her husband? Because obviously reverence, we think of it as terms of, doing worship unto God or something. I think we need to start. Let's read the verse and then we'll go into the context of the verse. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself. We could go a long time on that. And the wife see that she reverence her husband. Probably the best euphemism for that I have seen, or kind of synonym, is respect. And so this is just supposed to be with Christian marriages, is a wife is supposed to respect her husband. Now you might be saying, well, where are the videos about the husband's responsibility? Well, they're on the YouTube channel. We've got well over 5,000 on the YouTube channel. So, in 1 Peter 3, it says about Abraham's wife, Sarah, calling Abraham Lord. Now, not Lord in a God sense, obviously, but in a respect and a reverence sense. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's necessary for that to happen. When I say I don't think it's a good idea, I'm not talking about Sarah. It was a good idea for her to do that. Different culture, different context. But it is a biblical thing for a wife to reverence her husband, to respect her husband. And this just goes into the order of creation, 1 Corinthians chapter 11. You can't read the Bible and say you want to be a New Testament Christian and not do some of these things that may be against the culture. And this is really where the battle is do we live by Scripture, or do we live with an admixture of Scripture and culture? Sometimes the admixture is 80% Scripture, 20% culture, sometimes 10% Scripture, 90% culture, somewhere in between. Or do we just live by culture, and as long as we're in the conservative side of culture, we're fine, no matter where the culture's at. As long as we're 2 or 3 steps back towards the Bible somewhere, then that everything's fine. So there has to come a point in time in our lives where we have to say, okay, the Bible reveals the mind of God. It's God's perfect book. Christians, it's been said, people say this all the time. What is it? Hindus follow the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how to say it really. Muslims follow the Quran. Mormons follow the Book of Mormon. And Christians follow the Bible. It's just kind of simple there. And Christianity is not some wild west religion that whatever you think, feel, or want to do, as long as you're sincere, it's okay. And so things like this, there's a lot of other things. Like for the husband, to love his wife as he loves himself. Husbands, if you're getting $17,000 bass boats and stuff, are you loving your wife the way you love yourself? Here we are. And so, you buy the $50,000 Bronco truck. Okay, you just got to love your wife as you love yourself. And so, basically what you could say is humble respect, that a wife should have humble respect. And a man obviously should be led by gentleness. He should have the velvet, fist of iron, glove of velvet kind of thing. And not to hit the wife. That's not the point. This was a adjective. This is a description of a man. And so should never take advantage of that, disrespect their wives. I see so many Christian men in the circle that I'm in that do disrespect their wives. So many people observe feminism in the world today and on this type stuff, but just that they just totally disrespect their wives and shouldn't do that. But wives, regardless of what the prevailing culture says, the Bible, if we're going to be godly Christians and obey him, whatever he says to do it, then wives, you're going to need to reverence and respect your husband. Maybe you want to do a word study on the word reverence and see what it means. So God bless. We love you. We'll talk with you later. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.